Hey guys, welcome to the DIY Wrestling Podcast. My name is Gordon Maston, and we are here tonight for Lucha Underground. Now, that being said, I would like to ask you guys to do me a favor and like, share, subscribe, because I'd love it for my subscribers to just hear this. I really would. But on the other side of things, I would like it for other people who aren't my subscribers in the Lucha clique, Lucha universe, whatever we're going to be associating ourselves as. I love everybody who listens, but I know everybody in my community is mostly WWE. And I respect that. I have no issues with that. I have no problems with that. My thing is, I would like a bigger community of those who do come by and watch, who are Lucha Underground fans and supporters. And I would like them to like this video, share it, maybe subscribe a little bit, and we'll get it on the road. Now, tonight's episode of Lucha Underground, if I were to explain it, we're getting things done, much so we're getting things done and kind of getting nothing done, but getting things done at the same time. I'll explain that in a second. It's like they put themselves in the corner, like in a corner with this Cueto Cup, to a point where it's like we're telling stories to the best of our ability. We just can't go full throttle on certain stories. The best story we can go full throttle on right now is the World Championship, because that's what matters. The World Championship is the only thing that really matters. Now, I'll go along and explain as we go, because there's no point of me just sitting here opening up with like a 5-minute spiel about that. First off, we got a scene in the parking lot where Melissa Santos is arriving in the parking lot, and up to her comes Phoenix. She says she hears he's in the Cueto Cup, and it's a little bit of flirting back and forth. He says, "Oh, he's definitely gonna win it," and she's like, "Oh, should we pull him from him?" He's like, "I'm definitely gonna win it," and then he pulls the sly, "For you." I see, Phoenix. I see what you're doing, dude. I totally see. We all see you, Phoenix. But then after this, and they walk off, like Phoenix teases like he wants to kiss her, and she just pulls out like, "No, Phoenix, nah, win first, and you get your kiss." Most of the classy ladies, you gotta hold the standard here. Really give Phoenix some extra initiative to win. But anyways, not too far away, lurking from the side, Marty the Moth Martinez. And he punches through a window because he's like, hell no. This dude has my fucking woman? Nope, no, I'm not having it. Fuck this shit. Fuck Phoenix. I got a match with that fucking bird that I'm going to clip its wings. I'm not having any of this shit. Phoenix, you're going 6 feet under. That is my woman that I stand behind and flap my arms each time because I'm really enamored with her. And I'm like I like looking at that ass. Okay? That ass. All right. So, we open the show with Vinny Masato in the ring. Vinny Masato versus Cage. And I'm gonna be honest here. I understand they wanted Vinny to get his shit in to an extent, right? But I'm not a fan of Cage actually getting laid out and like actually selling for this dude, right? Vinny Masato, yeah, he's a big dude, but he's not big and built. He's big and like chubby. He's like that fat Italian chubby dude who looks like he's in the mafia, right? Now, at the same time, it's not like his offense was bad. It's just like he didn't need to have offense in the first place, right? So like Cage selling for him and shit like that, I'm just not a fan of. Like Cage shouldn't have done that. Cage should have just walked right through this dude. If I'm remembering like debuts of monsters and fucking matches with monsters in it, I'm remembering stuff like Mil Muertes when he first walked into the temple, and Matanza, like when he like pure example. He does that sweeping leg STO or whatever. Was it like a sweeping leg? It was like a reverse STO, something like that. It was an STO of some form. Point being, he does that, and then like commentary's going nuts. Pin him, Vinny, pin him. Vinny goes for the gauntlet though. But my example is like he sold for him there. And another prime example would be when Matanza first came, and Pentagon hit the backstabber on him, and then Matanza popped back up. Like, nah, I'm not selling shit for you. And that's what Cage should have been here. Like, you're ripping this whole God thing. You should whip it to the fullest of your extent, dude. Like, do it to the best that you can possibly do it, and do it to the best they can book you. And you should have gone out there not selling shit, anything like that. And that wasn't like one of the only matches I had an issue with something like this happening. But at least the other guy who did it tonight, he's not looked at as like this God among men. The leader of, I don't even know what the fuck Phoenix would be the leader of. All we know is he's like a God amongst a lord who we haven't seen yet. So yeah, but Cage goes on to get the win with the screwdriver, puts on the gauntlet after the match, just starts caving Vinny Massaro's head in, and to the point where it's just like he's just bloody. He's done. That's just it. So now we get a video package on, and I don't really know where this came, but I'm just gonna put it here because I don't want to forget it. Johnny Mundo and Rey Mysterio talking about how Rey he didn't like just make his mark in Lucha Underground. He made his mark all over the world, coming up through the system, basically like shit through like WCW, WWE. We all know the Rey Mysterio path, the Rey Mysterio journey, to be completely honest with you. Afterwards, where do we go from here? Johnny Mundo's him was just like, he had like, we've documented Johnny's journey in Lucha Underground. He's been proving that he's the best, but he couldn't do anything to show that he was the best because he didn't have the one thing that proved he was the best, the Lucha Underground Championship, right? So the way that he's going to obtain the Lucha Underground Championship is by winning a match. And he won the match, and it was, Aztec Warfare. And so he's able to prove he's a champion now. It doesn't matter how, like he was saying, it doesn't matter how many butts he puts in seats. It doesn't matter how much it is this, that. He's Lucha Underground champion. And then he talked about how the fans would find some lame duck excuse to basically like justify that even though he was champion, he wasn't good enough. But it really wouldn't matter because at the end of the day, he is the guy. Stuff like that. Honestly, this is well done. It was pretty good. I wonder if this is the documentary and that Taya is going to take credit for, because Taya is, making the Johnny Mundo documentary because Mundo's champion and she's going to, document his run. So, more power to her, right? What was up next here? Oh yeah. Okay, I covered it. Saltador versus Marty the Moth Martinez. Now we already know Marty's pretty pissed from what he's seen earlier at Phoenix, and this match just got 10 types of motherfucking weird. Okay, so there was a point in the match where like Saltador was feeding Marty his arm to like like, here, lock me up, like, let me feel the pain. It was like two fucking masochists going one-on-one with each other. And like I remember one point in the match where Saltador was basically like, no, Marty, like you got me, all right, fine, whatever, and then just super kicked the shit out of Marty. I'm just like, it's so fucking bad. Oh my god. But the way they set this out was just like, who can outwear the other. It worked out pretty damn well. The crowd was chanting, "This is weird." The match looked like it was just like a comedy act, and then like it turned serious at one point when Marty just like notched it up a little bit. But at the end, Marty won it. I can't even speak. At the end, Marty eventually ended up going over. So I dig Marty more and more, right? But then again, it looks like he's going into something with Phoenix potentially in the future. This is where I'm saying Lucha Underground, like they are building stories, but this is where it's like it's a story that we may not get to see culminate for a little while. Like it's something that gets to sit for a little while, because hold on, I'll get to that in a second. I'll get to that in a second with Marty and Phoenix, but Marty does go on to win. And we eventually see Marty wishing Mariposa good luck. But, Marty's also, like, he has, like, this secret shrine with all these pictures of Melissa Santos sitting around. And he's just fucking rocking back and forth. They're just shining his little light that he hangs above his head on these pictures as he looks at him like, Mariposa comes up, just tells him, you're getting too soft, da-da-da-da. She's like, you better not be soft when I, like, something like, you better not be soft when I beat Phoenix and face you next week. And he says, remember when you used to play, sister? And this looks like this is turning into Game of Thrones because it looked like Marty was going to kiss Mariposa for a second because they got really close and you started looking each other in the eyes. Like this, it's getting like this uncomfortable sense of like, please don't kiss. You guys are related. I hope this isn't a thing where you're from in the moth culture. Like, please don't do it. Please, 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 please. Even though in other, like in insect culture and animal culture, doesn't matter if you're brother or sister or anything, you'll breed within the family and like everyone's family somehow. So like if they were to have kissed, it wouldn't have came off weird because they're brother and sister, because technically they're playing, moths and butterflies and such things like that. So, it wouldn't have came off weird to me at least, but to some it may have just like, you guys are brother and sister. But remember, animals or creatures, it doesn't really matter if they're brother or sister. They're still going to do what they do, right? So, yeah, there's that. Up next, we had the Mariposa versus Phoenix. And Phoenix was being super cocky, arrogant type of gentleman. And no, we didn't have this next. No, we didn't. Let me back it up. We had Lord Pindar versus Mascarita Sagrada. Lord Pindar versus Mascarita Sagrada. So I figured this would be quick, wipe the floor up with Mascarita type of thing. And it honestly wasn't. So I'm just sitting here like, huh? Okay, this is all right. Okay, that's how that went down. All right. So I was a little upset because, like, I know Vibra is a big force to be reckoned with. So I just looked at it like, come on, Pindar, you're 1/3 of the trio's champions that's supposed to look intimidating, scary, and dominant, and you're sitting here selling for, 4'5" Mascarita Sagrada. Like, this just isn't looking right. But the way they set the dynamic of the matchup, it worked out pretty well, honestly. I started out not liking this and then ended up falling for it in the middle of the match. Like, oh my god, he could possibly beat him. What if he beats him? And then in the back of my mind, I'm thinking he honestly shouldn't beat him. Like, that would look so bad on them. But just the fan in me took over, the mark in me took over, and I just like, what if Mascarita beat him? Like, oh my god. I guess that's what's supposed to happen. Because like this even goes back to a tweet I seen the other day where it's like Al Snow was basically saying, in a sense, like in a nutshell, because I can't like really quote the tweet, but it's like, remember when you weren't smart to the product and you weren't smart to the business end of things? That's when everything was fun. Just imagine if you could have fun again with wrestling without, saying, oh, if only it weren't for this or that or whatever. You could just enjoy the show for completely what it is. You root for all the good guys, you boo all the bad guys. It just imagine, right? But that's totally not the way it is in my end anymore, or anybody else, I'm pretty sure, who watches my channel. So that's pretty much that. I guess we're gonna move on now. But Pindar does go on to get the win with this sick flip out 360 powerbomb-esque maneuver. That's pretty much that. So we're gonna move on. And this was the main event. Phoenix, Mariposa. Like I said, Phoenix was doing the whole gentleman, I'm being a gentleman to you, chivalry type of thing, where it's just like, I don't really want to like beat your ass, but I gotta beat you somehow to advance to this thing. So I'm gonna try and be gentle. I'm gonna try and be gentlemanly about it. Mariposa wasn't having it. She was like, nah, stop, get your gentlemanly shit out of here. Treat me like I'm one of the boys. Kick my shit in, dude. Like that kind of thing. So Phoenix he was gonna super kick her. She screamed, which was like the funniest thing ever. And then like Phoenix like, no, I'm not gonna do it to you. I faked you out. And then like she wants him to do these things, but he's not. And then eventually hits her with the drop kick, and then he starts taking her somewhat serious. And like he even gets cocky a little bit at some point in the match when he's not being serious. Like tries to pin her with like one hand. That doesn't work out. And then ended up hitting her with the Phoenix driver to end the match, though. Overall, like all these matches had solid stories to them tonight that kept me interested. For for once, I wasn't a fan of something Cage did. That Cage and Vinny Massaro match left a bad taste in my mouth because Cage is supposed to be this guy who's all powerful and shouldn't be selling for, he should be selling for very few people on that roster. And Vinny Massaro is not one of those very select elite few. So overall, a solid episode of Lucha Underground tonight. They're telling some stories in certain matches that I'm a fan of, others in just a match that I'm just not. But it's like we're telling very few stories. Like the Phoenix story is something brand new. The Johnny Mundo Rey Mysterio, we're documenting that. Like I guess we're gonna keep documenting for the next few weeks because they don't really have time in the episode to get, I almost say cutscenes to get what's the word I'm looking for? Well, they don't have time to get, promos and stuff in, basically. So, we're slowly building things here. And because of the Cueto Cup, it's going to just be this way for a little bit. But hopefully we get more stories coming here. More, like, we get more in-depth of stories. Like, yeah, we get, like, it's hard to explain. You get these stories that, they start out, like, this whole Phoenix and Marty thing, which we're going to see next week because Mariposa is facing, Phoenix and Marty get to face each other, right? But after that, how much more are we going to get? Like, we know after one match, it just can't be over, right? We'll probably have to wait till Ultima Lucha 3 because the tournament is in the way. Like, we're gonna get starting points on some of this stuff, and then we're gonna get like this huge gap, which like they've done before, but like they come back to it and like those focus on it for 2 or 3 weeks and then make another little gap and then go back to some other stuff. Like that kind of thing for me with this, I think like the more they start, the more difficult they figure it's gonna be because they're not gonna have much to go off of. Because they have to get all these tournament matches out of the way. Okay, so that was my thoughts on Lucha Underground. Still, pretty damn good show tonight. I enjoyed it for the most part. I hope you guys did too. Like I said, remember to leave a like on this video if you already haven't. Subscribe if you're not subscribed for more of that Lucha Underground goodness on my channel. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you very much for watching, and see ya!